Hi, it's Carrie. In today's 5-Minute Friday, I wanted to go over why it's important to use variations in spelling, and I'm talking about British English versus American English in comprehensive searches. So we're going to do a couple, and you'll see why it's really important to include additional keywords to represent other spellings. And we're going to start with behavior. And I'm going to show you that even if you use the MESH term, the medical subject heading, still it makes a difference when you add variations in spelling. So let's go down to the MESH database under Explore, and let's make this a little bigger and look for behavior. So if you had a search where one of the concepts was behavior, let's think about that here. We'll go into behavior and we will add to search builder. And I'm looking at the entry terms. They're not as important here today for me. And I'm going to look under behavior. If you had anything here that you thought would be relevant, like let's say aggression or depression or some of these things, then you'll want to include those as well. But let's just focus on behavior today. And so we're going to search PubMed. Behavior, the MESH term, returns 2.1 million results as of today, which is July 2024. We're going to add or behavior. American English spelling, and I just do TW, text word. 2.8 million. Let's add the British English spelling. Did I get that right? Because it's starting to look weird. Let's see. 2.9 million. And now, just to throw it in there, I want to show you how important it is to not only have those variations in spelling, American English versus British English or English, but to also include their plurals. So let's do that. That's the American English spelling of behavior, plural. 3.1 million. And that's the British English spelling of behavior, plural. 3.13 million. So it did go up. So let's look at the history here. If this were just a search concept, and you're doing a systematic review or some type of evidence synthesis where the goal is to find all available evidence, then you should be searching as comprehensively as possible. So I would go with search number 5 right here, which returned us the most results. And we're not even mentioning behavioral and all of those variations. So you could potentially capture it like this. Behavior, MESH term, you could do or behavior, or behavior. What an odd word when you look at it for a very long time. And so that should capture those variations on the plurals and behavioral. And that's all I can think of right now. So let's see what that does. 3.359, so it added quite a bit. So we're going to do one more example. For that, I will start back on the PubMed homepage in the MESH database, and we'll do pediatric. One of my favorites is like esophagus and edema. Man, I have to remember to include those variations in spelling. So here's pediatrics, the specialty. But let's say we were looking for pediatric literature in general. Okay, pediatrics, the MESH term, returns 63,772. We're going to do the same thing here. Pediatric with that asterisk. So we'll return singular and plural and pediatrician and variations on that. We'll add pediatric, the British spelling, the same way if I can spell it right. And we'll see here that it's going to add 556,000. Now I could show you all day esophagus, edema, all of that, but I won't. I want you to just understand that we need to include the variations in spelling. Now, regardless of whether there was a mesh term, so if behavior, pediatrics, or whatever term it is that you're using doesn't have a subject heading per se, you should still be including variations in spelling for the best, most comprehensive search that you can do. And guess what? You should be capturing this and documenting it and submitting it as a search appendix when you do searches for evidence synthesis reviews, which I think I'm going to put as a disclaimer on literally every video I make going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.